Today is about men's mental health. November is a month where men's mental health is talked about. So I wanted to share with you some things that will help improve your mental health. I know, guys, you might be wondering, Ihsaan, where do you go? Why do you disappear? Why don't you put out consistent content? So I want to share a couple of things with you. Over the past 2 years, guys, there's a lot that's been going on that I haven't shared with you, so I'm gonna open up a little bit today. Since 2021, I've lost my mother-in-law who passed away during COVID. She lived with me, and I had to actually zip her up and take her out of my home. I'll never forget that moment. Then I lost 2 sisters, my best friend, 2 uncles, my aunt, and in September I lost my little brother. Now this has been in intervals of about 3 to 4 months. So that constant state of trauma, shock, emotional roller coaster, anxiety, depression, frustration, pain, confusion, and that sometimes, to be honest with you, a sense of loss of hope is why I've been in and out of the space, in and out of the channel. Because yeah, I love you guys. I love sharing, the values of nonverbal communication. I love, talking about men's style and help you guys as well as myself, because I do the research on personal and professional development and obviously style, those things that I really enjoy doing. But I have to be honest with you, there were just times where I just could not, in all consciousness in my mind, get on this camera and fake like I'm feeling good, because I can't. And I'm a straight shooter. I'm a Navy vet, and with that I deal with my own challenges as a veteran. So I know for sure, and I want you guys to know that you are important to me. I enjoy this platform, but I'm just handling things the best way I can, fellas. So I'm asking for your grace. I appreciate you. This is not a video on feeling sorry for me, being super empathetic and things of that nature. That's fine. I appreciate it, but just know that is the reason. And some people might say, hey, that's an excuse. People pass away every day, but that's true. But it's how I deal with it. And most people don't have a platform where they're speaking about things that are super positive and things that to empower people when the person who's doing it is feeling so much pain, so much anguish, anxiety, and frustration, sadness, and the list goes on and on. So that's the start. I wanted to make sure that you are aware. And I don't need my violin. I don't need all these different things. And maybe that's deflection, me talking, because this is just me being straight up. That maybe I don't want to hear it, but I want you guys to know, in solidarity, that that's where I've been. That's where my mental space has been. But just know that you guys mean a lot to me. Now let's talk about some things that we can do to assist in improving our mental health as men. Before we get into it, let's talk about a statistic. Did you know that men are less likely than women to seek help for mental health issues? In fact, 75% of suicides in the US are men. So guys, 75% of suicide are men, and a lot of it has to do with that sense of shame, that sense of isolation, loneliness, and we're not communicating, or maybe we're communicating and we feel as though no one is listening or no one cares. Chris Rock had a great quote. I can't say verbatim, but he was just speaking about people care about the dolphins and the whales and their pets, kids, but no one gives a about men. And there's a lot of truth to that, in my opinion. But we're here together and we're gonna move forward together. So here's the thing, guys. If you are having a challenge with your mental health and you're struggling, reach out to your friends. And guys, look, one thing I want you to stop doing, stop texting people. Let's get on the phone and talk. Let's set some time where we can meet up face to face. That's important, man. We've gotten too comfortable texting people, and I'm including myself, texting instead of talking. Let's reevaluate that. and get on the phone and have a conversation. Get in the car and meet with your homie, meet with your boy, meet with your uncle, meet with your father, meet with your brother, meet with your cousins, meet with your friends. They need you. Another thing we need to do, guys, is get some help. Now, one of the things with getting help, most of us have never had any type of therapy except for our first therapist, the barber, right? As a young man, that's the first person who gives us an opportunity to kind of express ourselves in a positive way in a safe environment. Now, that being said, there's a couple of options for you when you're talking about getting therapy. You can do it online, you can do it over the phone, and obviously you can do it in person. But just know that the whole idea of this is that it's a safe space for you, and that by getting these emotions out, talking about your feelings will help reduce your anxiety, your frustrations, and help bring you back to a sense of peace and a sense of calm. If you have your insurance through the VA, if you have your family insurance through your work, or maybe you don't have insurance and maybe there's some social groups you can get involved with to assist, definitely do it. So here are 5 things to improve your mental state. Number 1, exercise regularly. Guys, yes, let's start exercising. Sometimes I know you don't feel like it, but getting that exercise going, getting that body moving can really assist on improving your mental state. Now, we're not talking about being, Arnold Schwarzenegger from back in the day or a Rocky workout. No, there's a lot of new guys out there. Yeah, I'm dating myself, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes, 3 days a week. Keep it at that. We're not, 19 years old and you're trying to do 2-hour workouts and all these crazy exercises. That's not what I'm talking about. Commit to yourself. 3 days a week, 30 minutes a day. All right? Data shows that exercise releases endorphins, which help combat feelings of depression and anxiety. If you're not working out, then do a jog, do a walk, go in nature. Nature is a great place to release some anxiety. And with the fall and these leaves are changing and things of that nature, it's a good way to get out, get some fresh air, but also enjoy the colors and the changing of the seasons. Practice mindfulness. Now, practicing mindfulness, you can do it at your home, you can do it at your gym, or you can do it in a community group setting. And I think this is super important because, a lot of us think that it's corny to do yoga and things of that nature, but making the mind stay still a little bit for a moment and mastering your mind, mastering how you control your thoughts and emotions. Data shows that mindfulness reduces stress and enhances emotional well-being. Think about it, do it, let that ego go. Mindfulness doesn't necessarily have to be like yoga. It could be, that walk, and you have that internal conversation with yourself, or it could be prayer. It's totally up to you. Number 3, maintain a healthy diet. Guys, do you know that food truly impacts your mood? The data shows that nutrition plays a vital role in your mental health. Think about eating your fruits and vegetables. Yeah, they used to say that when we were kids, but it's really important. That's real food. We want to get away from processed foods and sugars, which impacts our mood and impacts our overall health. So think about eating cleaner, especially while you're going through this process and managing your mental health. Consider your diet as one of a priority for you to help assist you, and just try it, see how it goes. I know I love my snacks as well, but this is something that can truly help impact and improve your mental state. Get enough sleep. So getting enough sleep, guys, is important. Yes, if you're depressed, if you having a lot of anxiety or depression, it might be tough to sleep, right? Because, your mind is just going all over the place. The data shows that lack of sleep can exacerbate symptoms of depression and anxiety. So aim for 7 to 9 hours. You might be saying, "Sorry, I don't have 7 to 9 hours to sleep," but maybe we can do it if we give ourselves some grace and some time. That means that we need to pull back from social media and the screens an hour or so before we go to sleep. Let's get that room as dark as possible. Maybe put on some music, some chill music, right? And also maybe read something about, mindset, about, a great story, something that's going to ease your mind and take you into that state where you relax and then go to sleep. Because I remember when I was a kid, and even sometimes now, once I pick up that book and I start reading, I start dozing off. So that might be a good play for you. It's always been a good play for me. And last but not least, stay connected. Staying connected, and I talked about that a little bit earlier. Speak to your friends and your family. Don't isolate yourself, or try not to isolate yourself. I can't tell you what to do about don't, but I'm suggesting try not to isolate yourself. I have a bad habit of that as well. Instead of texting, pick up the phone. Instead of picking up the phone, plan for a time you go meet up with that person. And I have a lot of regret about this, where I received the text, waited on it, waited a couple of days. Yeah, I'll reach out. I know my boy is going to be there. And then that same week, he did not wake up. I'll never forget that. So for me, guys, I try to respond now if I can, or if I get the feeling. That's something that I want you to do. If you get that internal feeling, pick up the phone. If you feel like you need to talk to, I haven't talked to my boy in a while. I haven't talked to my uncle in a while. I haven't talked to my dad in a while. Pick up the phone. Call them. I promise you, they'll feel good, and so will you. Guys, I also want to announce that I am starting a new channel. I think you appreciate this. Now, this channel is for all of my veterans out there. It's called VA Claims Prep, and we're going to be talking about different things and strategies to assist in your VA claims and to help improve your quality of life as a veteran. Stay tuned. I'll be adding a link in the description. Check it out. I released my first video this morning as it starts to talk about how to get a free course from Dave Ramsey on financial literacy. And last but not least, I just want to say happy Veterans Day and happy birthday, little brother. I love you. I miss you. And I'll always be here for you.